watch out for that one.
Ten seconds remaining.
I'm trying. I swear I know what the. I swear I know the initials for the Mobile Legends tournament. I think it's MPL. It's not. I'm just saying because I know some casters. You know, I know a couple of Filipino guys. I think it's called MPL. So not quite MLP, but I guess if you kind of rearrange the letters, it could work. Could work. That's Mobile Legends Philippines. I'm sorry. Like okay, this is a bit off topic, but I went for a haircut. Right, you can see it. Went for a haircut and like. It's fine. I went for a haircut and I was talking to my barber. He was like, "So what do you do, sir?" I was like, I commentate in esports." He's like, "Really? What esports?" He's like, "Dota." And he's like, "Really? I play Mobile Legends." And I was like, "Oh boy." All right. And he was so enthusiastic. I couldn't tell him like it's kind of different. He was like, "Oh yeah, you know these guys?" It's like, "Yeah, I know this so and so caster. I know like Leo casts. I know him. I know General Tuna. Some of these casters there, Swarly." And it's like, "Oh wow, yeah, that's amazing." It's like, but he doesn't know Dota. Like, stuck in a very awkward spot where I'm like, nodding, being very happy for him because he was so happy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to remove that happiness. So
wow.
I don't know. It's kind of cool that mobile game just ties people like that in. At the same time,
no, it's not.
I wish it was Dota.
No, it's not. You're just happy because you think you're famous. You think.
Oh no! He had no clue who I was. I just had to smile and nod and agree along, like just make him happy, because he was so joyful.
Just so you know, you aren't famous, John. Probably never.
I know. Be. You remind me every time you go on stream, Mike. You say, "Keep it down, John. Know your place."
I've got it, John, because everyone keeps pumping you up in the Twitch chat and on Facebook and Twitter. They keep complimenting you. They never talk about me. It upsets me. I get very jealous, John. Very jealous. Even during the major, when I was casting with Black, everyone was like, "Where's John?" you know, John's taking a break. I've got to cast with Black. They didn't like it though. They wanted John X Fire, and that made me feel very sad, John. Now I'm reliant on you. I can't let you go.
It's a fair enough point. Still, nothing too exciting here compared to our conversation. 2 for 2 bounties. Let's see the lanes break out.
By the way.
Yeah, best dad jokes in the biz.
Yeah,
100%.
No, that's Lacoste. Let's be honest. Black tries his best, but Lacoste
no, you see,
has the...
Lacoste's dad jokes are so good they don't feel like dad jokes. You see?
True. Very.
Whereas Black's, it's definitely a dad joke. Still, what's not a dad joke are these lanes. You've got LYM on the Earth Spirit along with UK up top, so it looks like they're starting with a bit of a tri lane, but they do split it up. No, yeah, they do get the TP out. So Wami comes in. Leonak is there, of course, playing with the Astral Spirit along with Jackie on Troll. This should be a much more stable lane for Jackie. Not too much pressure the LT can do here. Of course, you can play with overwhelming odds. Maybe look for an angle with LYM. Key thing here is find EXP on Earth Spirit and hit your level 2, level 3 spike, and then I mid instead. That's going to be where all the kills should line up for an Earth Spirit.
LYM. Nice kick away. Leonak going to try and harass him out as much as possible. And of course, this is going to be a very important pull for LYM, but Leonak is going to be a real problem. One thing you don't want as this Earth Spirit is your creeps denied away, and it looks like they are going to force Wami to come down to try and contest this pull away from Leonak. Leonak's going to stick around, gets a deny on the range creep. That is a big deal.
Yeah, it's sapping so much EXP away from LYM. He doesn't get the solo EXP as well because Wami has to tune in. Now the wave's slightly shoved in, and Jackie just basically gets to clear out a couple of waves for free. So you're missing out on that big spike on your Earth Spirit. We'll see how it shapes up along the line, but definitely a smoother start for Jackie here. Down mid, you've got Mamang Daya on the mid jug, but Fearless on the mid puck. And this is an interesting lane. You can play with a spin, and Fearless is not that quick. You can cop a lot of damage if he's not careful. At the same time, spin is a relatively long cooldown, so Fearless can use that downtime and just harass out. He's got range advantage, and he has an easier time reaching for the bottle, which means LYM will need to step in at some point to help contest some of those bottle refills.
Yeah, I wonder how Mamang Dai is actually going to lane this. Is now, like, he's got the bottle up, but Fearless is going to take both water runes. So, pretty big advantage there for Fearless on the puck. You can even see it in his CS right now. But we'll have a look at the final lane. You do have the bot lane where Masteros and Q are going to be up against UK and DB. In fact, hold that thought, because Leonak right now is just chasing down Wami on the Elder Titan. His own creep wave is going to block him, but they are going to go for another big pull. So back down towards the bot lane. Looks like DB should not have that tough of a time. We talked about the axe up against the jug, but as the Razor, you don't quite find as much.
No, you really don't. Like, there is a lot that can go wrong for Masteros in this lane. It's too ranged, so you can't really go up and just get your free spins. If you go too close, DB just static links, and it just kind of feels really bad for Masteros. You can try to spin, but it's just not great.
Oh, nice stun. That's a great cookie out from UK. Now the Scanner Blast to connect DB. He stole so much damage, but Masteros and Q are going to be able to secure the first blood. DB might find a double kill, but the creep wave it's going to block the way. Meanwhile, top side, Leonak getting very, very low, but a nice ensnare there from Jackie. It's going to make sure Leonak gets out and salves up. Still Wami going to not get vision yet. LYM it's going to eventually see him, but it seems as though they just want the creep wave again. So Wami's going to go for a run. Leonak is going to try and chase him down, but a nice pull to the large cap now. Leonak going to be very annoying here for Wami. Even gets the denial.
Radiant's courier has
and the
been
courier.
Killed.
It's a pretty big courier as well. Just taking off a lot of regen and some vision out from AG for a bit longer, so you're not going to get too much forward vision here from LYM, and you can't even come in for the next set of water runes. It's just another set for Fearless once more. You do have at least Mamang Dai running for the bottom water rune, but he's missing out in CS. Does have a bottle up in the jug, which is atypical for jug, but when you're in mid, you just gotta have a bottle. You can't play without it right now.
No, you definitely can't. Not in this meta. Bottle is just way too value. No, I mean, he's gonna struggle a little bit. Like, Fearless is pulling ahead in terms of CS, and you can just see the harassment output from Fearless. He's gonna be quite annoying for Mamang Daya, but at least he does have the level 1 healing ward up now. He does have a couple forms of heal until Fearless does that. Just orbs over and gets the denial from that healing ward, but now LYM will TP in and refill the bottle into the roll, back in onto Fearless, but he has another orb. He'll be just fine to get away.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So they really can't shut down this puck whatsoever. But I suppose as long as the CS is coming in for Mamang Daya, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's not a lane you really want to play aggressive on, even with the rotations from LYM. The key thing is that farm is coming in, and level spikes are a bit off. Fearless is definitely having a better time in EXP, although down bot.
Another nice cookie out from UK. This time they'll focus down Q instead. Roll, going to be off the mark from LYM, but it won't matter. They'll get the boulder smash and get the kill. Masteros not really able to do much quite yet on the axe, and this is where the beauty of this Razor safe lane comes out. Is just making it so the axe advantage in that laning stage just is not going to be there. In fact, they've even forced Leonak down to this bot lane. Just feeling like Q maybe getting picked off a bit too much on the Skywrath and not having a great old time. It's going to go into the mid lane instead on that Skywrath and try to help Fearless out a bit. Eventually, I suppose Q should make his way back down.
That does relieve some pressure up top. In the solo lane, Wami can just sit back, spam out the overwhelming odds, get some CS. Of course, Jackie starts to build up here. So the troll farm is starting to line up. You need to make this aggression work down bot.
Gonna try. Static link out from DB, but he's taking so much damage, and Fearless is just going to finish him off on the puck. Now the coil out. They have caught another. It's going to be LYM into the Ancient Seal from Q, and that should be the Earth Spirit gone as Fearless will be able to get a double kill going on the puck. The Geniuses shouldn't be too happy about that, but for Motivate.Trust, things are looking very good.
Definitely, they're starting to find that early aggression. Fearless finally getting out with the first successful rotation with the Dream Coil. Finds a good set of kills, and that is some relief that Masaros definitely needed. He's nowhere near the Vanguard yet, trying to go for the phase boots on top of it. And the item timings for a Jug just feels so sensitive. You want the Vanguard up to block a lot of early damage. You want that to build into your Blink while you're farming the jungle. You do need that relief coming out. I think the one thing is Mamang Daya is still allowed to free farm here. Massive Madness being built up by the Jug. That's going to speed up your farm and early Omni Slash potential. See LYM trying to go for a smoke play, but looks like he might just go for a ward run and does make sure that the jungle's not going to be stacked up too much, so they can start contesting if there are and start to line up perhaps for some more aggression on AG's end, but it does feel like they'll need some more levels before they can get anything done.
Very true. Leonak going to spot out LYM. Stomp. Not going to connect. LYM going to be just fine, but there is a chase coming in. Q. Concussive shot goes to the neutral camp. LYM still trying to run. Fearless does have the silence and has the coil if he needs it. He's holding on to it for now. LYM going to roll, but Fearless will eventually throw the coil out. Yeah, the third kill for our puck already. In a very tough game for the Earth Spirit. Just unable to really find anything across the map, which is concerning for this hero because it doesn't really tend to catch up very well.
Yeah, it's down to the fact that you don't really have great lanes to rotate to. Your best bet is bot lane with DB. Mid lane with a Jug, you could try to line up a stun, but it is a puck. It's just very hard to catch out. You need to be perfect with your follow-up silence. Otherwise, Fearless is just going to be able to zip away. So, just not many good angles for LYM, and that just means that he is forced to watch his course farm while he kind of doesn't really get the kills he wants in Jet Gold, which means Motivate.Trust, they've got that 2k lead up. They've recovered here on Masaros. The Vanguard is up sub 10 minutes, so the timing's still fairly decent, but you have the Mask of Madness up on Mamang Daya. Clearing out the camps is going to be a lot easier for the Jug, and the farm should accelerate. He is lagging behind Jackie still, so you're still in a very good spot here for MTG. Looks like Jackie is opting for the early Maelstrom build, which will allow him to join fights early while also still having efficiency in the jungle. That's always good news here for the Troll. Doesn't want to go into farm war. With no Battle Fury in the Jug as well, it's not going to amount to too much of a net worth difference. I think that's going to keep them relatively even to each other overall. So what we need to look for now is Masaros for his phase boots into Blink. It's got to come out if they want to make some aggressive movements happen. But for now, looks like the supports are just moving around here.
But they are. Omni, Q, gonna get taken out. Fearless takes a lot of damage. LYM coming in for a big roll, but Fearless is not gonna really get connected by that. Spin is gonna be there, however, Mamang Daya still trying. Fearless will try for the deny all the way to the low ground. Is he gonna be able to get out? UK Scatter Blast, not gonna connect. Fearless will go for the TP, and he is gonna be just fine. How unfortunate for Army Geniuses.
That was so close, and if they found that puck kill, that would have been a 3-kill streak in their way as well. But they miss out now, DD.
Look at the damage output. Masaros with the spins. Static Link. It's a little bit hard for him to keep going, and he won't risk his own life for it.
My thanks.
DB's job this game, of course, is just going to be focusing in on Jackie, but for now, he hasn't really had that chance to focus on Masaros. But of course, Masaros with the spin, it is pure damage, so he doesn't really care too much if his right-click damage gets taken away. As long as he gets the call off into a couple of spins, he'll be happy.
Still lines up really nicely. I think as the game goes on, once some damage piles on your Razor here, that's where it can get a bit dicey, as your taunt only lasts so long, your bonus armor only lasts for so long. Innately, the axe isn't the best in terms of armor, so you're going to have to mitigate that. But again, the build-up, it does look like Masaros is bypassing the phase boots just straight into the Blink, which I appreciate. Like, he definitely needs to be up in front, get ready to set up for Fearless or follow up on Fearless's Dream Coils, and just play from there. So once you have that blink up, that should lead to MTG looking for more openings here. For now, when it comes down to farm, again, they maintained a slight lead at 3k.
I'll take
Getting
that
a
as
lot of
tribute.
free space for Jackie up top. The Maelstrom's almost done for the troll.
Radiant's top tower
And I
is
think you
under
don't
attack.
really mind. You know that Razor has a bit of a early plateau. Same thing for an LC until more items flow in and the duel starts getting annoying. But it feels like the slower pace is not really to the benefit of Army Geniuses, as they haven't really played with a duel from Wami. They haven't played with the kisses here. You need to see some of those combos fly through.
Stacks out. Mamang Dai is going to spot that out. Won't really be able to come in and contest. Meanwhile, bottom side, DB. You're right. They tried to make the jump on the Razor. Quite able to get him down, and he's just going to make sure he remains down at that safe lane and keeps that tier 1 tower protected. Masteros now with the Vanguard can very comfortably start creep skipping. It's like Fearless even going to join him now. They're going to try and go after this tier 1, but first they want DB. He'll go for the TP out. Fearless coil, not going to be there. Masteros even pings out exactly where he was, but
is under attack.
it was just a bit too late. Meanwhile, stacks are being taken by Mamang Daya. Again, he did spot out Liana,
Radiant's top tower
trying
is
for
under attack.
those stacks in the jungle. He'll take these away from Jackie now.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. Like 2 massive stacks
Radiant's
being
bottom
bursted
tower
through.
is under
More farm
attack.
for Mamang Daya. Jackie's not going to lag
Radiant
too far
structures
behind
are
because of this, but
fortified.
you definitely wanted to punish, but they were too stuck down bot trying to get that kill. They're going to commit for the push now in that bot tier 1. Wami's around to kind of stop it, but he doesn't have a blink. There's no clean angle for the
Radiant's
duel.
bottom tower
Just
is
going to have to
under
work
attack.
his way outside of this sticky
Dire's
spot as
top
soon as the tower
is under
falls.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, Wami, he was hanging around the safe lane, but realizes he can't really show up. Instead, Army Geniuses, they're going to try and push out the top tier 2. There is a big chance for Motivate.Trust to defend this, and they're going to try now, as Masteros already has the blink up, and of course Fearless does have the coil. All in is going to catch out the junk, even through the spin, but Mamang Daya for now still going to be alright. He does not have the mana output though for the Omni, and is going to drop the Ancient Seal and the Mystic Flare, and now the Battle Trance is out onto DB, but the Static Link's still soaking away, or rather sapping away the damage of Jackie, but they will get another kill onto LYM, back in onto DB. They've lobbed the Razor, Jackie getting very low, but not low enough.
Your last move.
MTG able to clean up.
Radiant's top
So
tower
it was a
is
risky
under
push to go for Army Geniuses. They still tried, but it did not work out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
One issue for AG right now is that they don't have a natural frontliner. Like, nothing like an axe that can soak that initial damage. You could maybe have DB take that frontline role. He doesn't have any
Radiant's
major
top
items
tower
yet to
has
help him do that. In that situation, you did have Mamang Daya all the way up front, and the Jug just has some
Radiant's
early
top
mana
tower
issues.
is
Like,
under
Omni
attack.
Slash is 200 mana,
Dire's
Blade
bottom
Fury is
tower
90.
is
You
under
go through more
attack.
than half your mana already from spamming new spells out, and you really want to at least have some pocket mana ready for the Omni, but the silences coming through from MTG are just too hard.
Absolutely.
You won't be seeing me around.
Lane. Oh, they've started. Mystic Flare out. Wami's already gone, but they've lost Masteros. A 1-for-1 trade on those offlaners. Stomp out from Leonac to set up, but LYM silence out on Fearless, and now the Omni Slash. Leonac's gone. Fearless, he's going to try and orb away again and might just make it. In fact, Mamang Daya, the one in trouble now on the junk, is going to try and run, and will be alright. Meanwhile, Fearless jumped on again, but do they have the damage output?
Great wheel.
The answer is no. No, they do not. Fearless, he gets away with the skin of his teeth again. They just cannot kill off this puck.
You know what I realize is a really dumb combo, Mike? Ancient
What's that,
Seal
John?
plus Witch's Blade.
Oh, yeah.
That is an insane amount of burn. I saw Mamang Daya. He was just like
Dire's
melting.
top tower
Like he
is
could
under
not
attack.
commit further in that fight. And you have to watch that. As long as you're silenced up, puck gets the right click, you will burn. And it is a considerable burn as well. So it's lining up here for MTG. 5k lead, 5 to 10 at 16 minutes in. They're getting the farm they want on Jackie. They're getting the early presence they want from Masaros.
Dire's
He is
top
opting for the
tower is under attack.
blade mail next. So we'll return some damage back. Very effective against something like
Dire's
Jug.
top tower
Mamang Daya's got to watch himself here. He needs something defensive down the line.
Radiant
BKB won't help your
structures are
cause
fortified.
against the call, but
Radiant's
it'll still
middle
help
tower
against
is under
a
attack.
lot of the other silences coming through here.
See that, John? Masteros agrees with my build. You
Yeah,
go.
I mean, it's a jug. It's a jug, right? You still need a blade mail against a jug. It's like not buying blade mail against PA. Everyone's gonna report you, you know?
It's Pain. DB. Isn't he with the plasma field? LYM now caught out into the Mystic Flare. Well, that is a lot of damage out. He is going to die immediately. Been out DB. He's going to try and move in onto Masteros, but they are locked down by the coil. Mamangtaya is still going to just chase him down, and eventually Masteros might just die, but another nice call out is not going to be enough to save his life. Still the Earth Splitter. Mamangtaya gets caught in it. Now Fearless back in on the puck, back into the Razor. Jackie, Yule's up. Hooky away, but the sleep does connect from Leonak. Jackie will keep moving in onto the Razor and does get another kill. Still Mamangtaya kills off the Auto Titan, but now the battle trance there from Jackie back in onto Wami. Wami's going to try and run, but it's not looking great for them. They are still trying to fight, in fact, but Fearless will be able to pick up a double kill back into LYM on top of the cliff. The roll away, he might just be fine, but UK looks to be stuck. There's your ensnare out. Jackie will get another. A 4-for-2 trade. Definitely quite favorable for the side of Motivate. In fact, it was a 5-for-3.
Oh yeah, the respawns are just really short that you can come back in there for LYM. And MTG, they're building up that lead. 6k up now. They're showing that early aggression. Masteros, once he finds that call target, the follow-up with a Skyrat Mage is just so easy to pull off. Get the flare off, get the silence off, they will just melt. And you get the sudden numbers advantage. You play with the Dream Coil. It's not even an Ags upgraded Dream Coil. It's a bit early for that, but it's enough to counteract the Razor running around. The Jug has to use his spin earlier than he'd like, and just running out. They don't have the best setup for the kisses here, so UK gets a full channel through, but they have no way of holding people down outside of the Earth Spirit stun and maybe the Cookie to really get that done, and the duel. And you can see MTG, they just smoke again. They don't have long cooldowns to play with.
Ball on target. Masteros just on the edge with the Mystic Flare again from Q. It's going to be more enough damage. And now LYM has also been caught. Jackie gets a mega kill streak. You start to look at this draft of Army Geniuses and wonder if they can pull this game back their way. Mamangtaya, he's still trying to work towards the SNY. But it does feel like he needs the Aghanim Scepter up. And as well as that, these silences are causing huge problems for Mamangtaya.
Radiant's bottom
Like the
tower
Ancient
is
Seal
under
plus the
attack.
Waning Rift, it's a bit too much silence. And Mamangtaya, there's been a lot of times where he just could not get the ulti off.
Yeah, you need some sort of self-dispel. A Manta could
Dire's
work
top
out.
tower is under attack.
But ideally, I think in this case, you'd want a BKB just because Manta's nice. You do have AoE silences on the puck, so
Dire's middle tower is
if Fearless
under
holds
attack.
on to his spell use, you're gonna have a nice way to still cancel that off. Still AG, they're smoked up. Looks like they might think about sneaking a Roche. They've got the minus armor on hand. Well, actually, they don't have a little shredder, but they should have enough damage coming through from Mamangtaya to get this done. The question is MTG gonna move in? They don't have wards in the area. This could be a nice freebie for AG.
Don't worry.
I just realized as well, one option for those silences, John, is the shards onto Wami. Like, it is 20 minutes into the game now, so if you can get those shards up, you could just... I mean, you don't need the shards, you can keep purging the silence without it, but you get my point. Just makes it a little bit easier and a little bit safer for Mamangtaya, but LYM find Fearless. Roll, gonna connect onto Jackie. They'll probably get started. No, never mind. The coil is down. Now Masteros from the backside. Mamangtaya gets Mystic Flare down by Q into DB again. They've got the Yules up. DB gonna get called, and it's not looking great for AG. This is more like the Motivate.Trust we know. They're gonna take the Roshan now. Jackie will happily get it on the Troll Warlord, and there you go, they call it. And I agree with it. I agree. Because how do you come back from this? Your Junk's too far behind, 3k net worth behind, there's too many silences, there's too many combinations. Your